Okay, greetings everyone. Welcome to Gerard, Black in the Philippines with the truth. You know how I start my videos off. I started my videos off with a truth syrup and some music. Well, I've already had my truth syrup at my friend's house. We were drinking very lovely, so I don't have a bottle with me. But yes, we were drinking the Philippines Ripple, which is Tangoay. And music, let me play this song here. I don't think it'll be blocked, but this is, I hope, that was from P.B.G's song. Now, those of you who don't know, P.B.G is an R&B singer, and I covered her on several occasions. And I took a picture of her that I made a canvas into, and I sold it to her. And the next one day I saw her, the next time I saw her, and I see her on various venues because that's what I do. I'm a freelance publicity photographer, and I cover high profile events. When she saw the picture, she says, "Oh, I have that canvas hanging over my bedroom." And I was like, wow. I said, "Miss P.B.G, I'm the one who took that picture." And of course she said, "Thank you." So let me play this before I go into what it was. Come on. Murphy's Law, what can go wrong will. Put your hands up. All the ladies in the house, put your hands up. Who there? All the ladies in the house, put your hands up. All the ladies in the house, who there? All the ladies in the house, put your hands up. All the ladies in the house, who there? All the ladies in the house, put your hands up. All the ladies in the house, who there? All the ladies in the house, put your hands up. Okay, I'm gonna let that play in the background while I talk to you. You know, I just refuse to believe that there are no fish in the water. So I'm about ready to move. I'm about ready to move into a new phase with my life here in the Philippines. I bought some fishing lines. I bought some floats. I bought some hooks. And I bought some sinkers. So I'm about ready to do some fishing. And I will let you know if there's fish in there or not. But what I want to talk to you about is that I'm living inside of a culture what that means is that things that I'm accustomed to, they are not. Like you may have a Filipino who don't know how to use the computer, has no interest in it, or what have you. Believe you me, it's refreshing. It's refreshing to know that a Filipino who you're with is not browsing on your computer looking for shit. But more importantly, it's about what you watch on TV. And I want to talk about this for a minute because what do you watch with them? You know, I myself like Bonanza. It's wholesome, it's refreshing, it has a horse in it. But then I also think about shows like Gunsmoke. Now, a lot of you may not know that you have Marshall Dillon who was the marshal of, what's the name of the town that he was marshal of? I can't remember the town, but he was the marshal. Dodge City. He was the marshal of Dodge City. Now, the girl who he had, or one of the most popular girls at that time, was Kitty. Now, if you don't know who Kitty is, let me tell you who Kitty was. Kitty was a madam. Kitty was a prostitute. Kitty was a hoe who dated the marshal. The marshal was her boyfriend. So there were a lot of young girls who looked at Kitty and said, that's who I want to be like. I want to be like her. So Kitty may have spawned more prostitutes than Carter's got liver pills. So I tried to watch like a movie like a Clint Eastwood movie. I think Clint Eastwood movies are okay. You know, Clint Eastwood movie you might shoot a few motherfuckers, but it's Clint Eastwood, that's what he do. So I came across this movie called The High Plane Drifter. If you get a chance, watch The High Plane Drifter. And Clinton rides into town, and there are people like looking at him because he's a stranger, he's a drifter. Everybody's looking at him. Like, who is this guy? Who is this guy? And this one woman, gorgeous blonde, lost and you can't go on because all your good stuff is gone. And the life is filled with much confusion. Happiness is just a... I have to stop this here. I have to stop this here because I don't want to get it blocked. That's the Four Tops with Levi Stubbs, one of the best soul vocalists in history. If you happen to listen to the Four Tops, listen to Levi Stubbs. He died many years ago. I interviewed the Four Tops, but anyway. So Clint East, this girl is like, well, who are you? What are you doing? What are you doing here? Get out of town. You don't belong here like this. And he's sitting on top of his horse, like, will you shut up? Why are you doing so much talking? So Clint Eastwood gets off his horse, grabs the woman, drags her to a barn, rapes her, and then, next thing you know, she's like, thank you, can I have another? She ends up being his girlfriend. Now, I'm with some young Filipino kids, and I'm very conscious of what they're exposed to, like any responsible parent should be. You should be conscious of what your kids watch on TV. Now, granted, you have Netflix and YouTube that can watch what they want to see, but you're setting a bar whenever you show something, no, you guys leave the room, you can't watch this. They may go right upstairs and watch it, but yet still, they know that they're doing what they're not supposed to do. Which that's what kids do. They do what they're not supposed to do. So one of them said that he saw my downloads and wanted to watch a hood movie. And it's like, no. I am not going to expose you to the depravity of what my black do to one another in America behind drugs. I don't want them to be exposed to the lifestyle, to the violence, to the explicit material. I don't want to expose them to that. Am I wrong? Am I wrong not wanting to expose young Filipino minds to my culture? I think that's big responsibility. And knowing that that if they want to find it, they can. But the point of the matter is that I'm not going to sit there and show it. So anyway, I got another movie I want to talk to you about. I might as well tell you. Because I told you what you shouldn't watch and what you... Let me tell you what movie that you might want to watch. Here in the Philippines, I'm going to move this over here. Because I am by the water, I should break out my fishing shit and fish now, but I don't have bait. Plus I got a girl party that's about ready to take place shortly. I'll drop some of that into you. But anyway, there's this movie about this girl. And I'm letting all the foreigners know who may be watching this, that you should sit down this and watch this movie with your Filipino. Because it's a movie about a girl who feels that she's not very attractive. Okay, greetings everyone. Hold on a second. You know how I start with some drink and some music. Some true syrup. Angelica! Angelica! Do not let the dogs out back there. Bring me a drink, please. A drink, please. Okay, I'm talking to Angelica. Angelica, can you make me another drink, please? Sometimes it gets so confusing when 3 or 4 people answer to one name. Okay, so while that is on its way up, I never really showed you the rest of my home. But as you can see, a little bit of it back here. I have 3 other, could be possible apartments with room back there. But what I want to say to you, oh, music. Here, let me play this. A lot of you probably never heard this, don't know what it is, have no idea. But it's called Silk for Men. So I know I started off this video and I got cut when I moved the camera. You know, Murphy's Law, what can go wrong will. But I'm going to finish telling you the story of what movies would be good to watch with Filipinos and what have you. You know, because you're living inside a culture and you want to do your best not to give them the full experience of America. Because America is, you know, is a very could be damaging culture to cultures who have not been exposed to it. So I will give you a movie that you can watch. You know, it's interesting because I was watching, I don't know why, for the life of me, I don't know why, but I'm watching Murray Povich, and you know, I'm not the baby's father, I'm not the baby daddy, one of those type of things. And my housekeeper, who's like 17 years old, and you know, of course, having babies is something the furthest thing from her mind. But for some reason, I felt compelled to show her what it's like in our country, you know, as far as, come on, Angelica. Thank you very much. A little closer. To show the promiscuity of the girls that are in America. Some as young as teenagers and what having babies. This one episode where a girl had sex with this guy on a date, and she was like about 15 years old, and she got pregnant. So any chance I can get to drill into their mind how not to be like American girls, how not to be like American girls. I would do. Okay, so have you ever heard of the movie love this. I love this. If you could get a chance, listen to the whole thing. You know, and the instrumental in it is awesome. But have you ever heard of a movie called Dinner with Andre? It was a movie totally devoted to this guy named Andre, and he's just having a conversation with this guy sitting across from him at the table. He's never really contributing to the conversation, but he's a good listener. Okay, so this little piece of footage I'm gonna put in there is like lunch with Gerard, and it's lunch that I had with a few Filipino girls, and I want you to be like a fly on the wall and check it out and listen to it. I'm not gonna put too much behind it because this is like 19 minutes long, but yet still, you know, why should I, of all people, be concerned about how long my videos are when they have been going on forever? And finally, you know, Paul, who's leaving, and I got to give him credit because, you know, if you listen to people, you know, people will drop little jewels to you that they may not know that they are really jewels to you. When people talk to you, sometimes, you know, you may not get it right away. It's like with children, young people. When you're giving them the facts of life or telling them what's right and what's wrong, they may not have any idea what you're saying. But days, weeks, months, years from now, it may hit them and say, that's what he was talking about. And that's what you hope to do. Okay, so anyway, so I'm going to throw this, Paul gave me advice because I told him about my videos being so long. He says, why don't you just cut them up in 4 pieces? I said, oh, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So simple and so so valuable. Okay, so with that, this is Gerard, Black in the Philippines. Don't forget to subscribe, ring the bell, and share and like. And right now is lunch with Gerard. And remember, if you're lucky enough to have a girl like Ali Woodson, former lead singer of the Temptation One song, treat her like a lady. And ladies, if you're lucky enough to have a good man like me, make me feel like a king. I'll talk to you later. Peace. Let's check out this. You be a fly on the wall. Okay, I hope you're recording. Welcome to Gerard, Black in the Philippines. I wanted to share with you while we're eating, so this way you can kind of see what it's like dining with the Filipinos. A lot of people show you, you know, investments, land, or I'm just going to show you how to really enjoy yourself to live like a king. Right now, first, you know, we have Mia, and Mia is the queen. Say hello, Mia. We have Tata. Tata.
It's an evidence that we're big people.
Yeah, it's evidence for her husband that she's here. And this is Sarah. Sarah.
Hello.
And this is Gerard. Say hello, Gerard. And of course, you know Angelica. Angelica, I live in housekeeper. Say hello, Angelica. Okay, so y'all just sit and be the fly on the wall. Okay. What am I eating, Mia? What is this?
That's pork soup.
Yeah, but what's this green stuff?
That's chai.
Chai?
Yeah, chai. And chicken.
Is pichai a vegetable or fruit or what?
Yeah, vegetables. Ay, nabili. Sakto ulit. No. Nice.
This is Gerald, first time here. And Tata too as well. Sarah, she has a key. Amir, can you put
Rice?
No.
What is it? Chicken? Yes.
I want more potatoes. I just got in from playing tennis. And
Here.
I hope it makes your mouth water. And of course, nothing's complete without a salad.
Mabaho na tayo.
My food came out.
Dito?
I love corn on the top.
Yeah.
Is that all you can eat?
No, after this, if I'm still hungry, then I'm gonna get so that there's no waste on my plate. That's how I eat. I just don't put.
Your eyes are not bigger than your stomach. You know, when I first came to the Philippines, not only did all Filipino girls look alike, but they all had this little pot, this little bulge on their stomach. And I used to think that because they were so fertile. I thought maybe that you can get them pregnant just by walking past them because they're all so fertile because they have this little pot stomach. And when I was telling someone that, I said, no, Gerard, that's rice belly. So they all have this little pot, yeah.
Filipino can't live bread alone. We need rice.
What?
Filipino can't live bread alone. We need rice.
Yeah, that's true. I don't eat rice. When I first came, I used to eat rice, a lot of rice. But then I gained so much weight that I stopped eating rice. Not altogether. Every now and then I would have a little taste of rice, but very seldom. The most hardest thing is to get them to cook without salt. I am very simple, like a steak and potato man. So, Sarah, did you have a good time at the park?
Yeah, of course.
Mia, did you tell them what happened?
No, not yet.
Tell them what happened. Tell the story. First, it's a little girl going down the water.
I speak Bisaya na lang ha. So it's easy to explain.
Okay, wait, okay, then let me go. We went to a river.
River?
Yeah, river. And Avalon, by the zoo. We went by it there by some friends. I think I put a little part of the video in there. And we were crossing at a part where water is rushing through. I mean, just rushing with a lot of strength. It knocks you off your feet. So I'm walking across, and this little girl is walking across, and she loses everything in her hand. And next thing I know, I see her on her back, like this. So I grab her and catch her by her arm. I got my bag here. I said, I don't want to wet my bones. Which one? Which one?
Really?
So I said, Mia, take my bag. So she took the bag, and I helped the little girl out the water. But I start thinking how it could have turned out if she just free fall down that river. She could have hit herself on a rock or something like this or whatever. It could have been very, very, unpleasant experience for her, for all of us. So that was the first incident. Okay, Mia.
First, ano itong bayo? Kabata nga. Bili ka ng hagin. Sultat. So namin, park na mo ang car, nauglayan. So natawid pa sa river. Sige, kaya rin siya, kaya rin. Pagtawid na mo na. Dili ang tubig. Pero dili, putok siya mo anak. akong anak, panganay, kasunod ang akong kadua. Tapos akong babayi. Tapos iyang agaw. Gamay kasi ano ito yung mga aba. Sus, na. Ang iyang ate na nauna daw, nadala sa tubig. Naswing ko siya ang aming spaghetti, lumpia, nabasa yun. Ang ikaduha, yan lang tinang bato, so nangalan siya, wala siya nagala dire-diretso. O, nakatindog siya. Ang gamay na po dahil, natumban makukin ang ilang tiil. Din, katong Sunday. So nagala siya tubig, ang mga ilisan dahil, mong kunin mo. Layo pa ayot pulin dahil, ubus.
Naganda pa inyo?
Ang mga tao dito sa buhay niya, marang sa mga gamit nila. Dahil human din. Si Maitis man, nung kumaitis ayaw sa pasalpin, nakuan na butong-buhan, nadala na good. Ayaw sa Maitis. So akong di-drag si Maitis, di pa akong gusto akong bato.
My Chris is our son.
Dahil, pagkahuman din, so just ang Maitis, kung nag-roll sa iyang pag nanay cellphone, dahil siya nagulat ng bata, kung sa iro. So, diretso namin, nakailang diretso. Okay ni. Pero di hati namin masanong, ano mo sa gilid. Dito may nangamukmuk yung duha.
Nga siya?
Tama din yung tiil. Tama din yung tiil.
Injury.
Little injury by your feet.
Oh.
Di nakarelax ni. Kuha sa naman ito mga gamit. Ado ka bang sabaw. Dito may baba. Bago mo mamit. Ito na gawang paraiso. Nice and light. Dada sa view. Kuha may kuha na cottage. Picture mo dahil. Abo na naghapon dahil, pero balik na tao.
At yun, ito dahil namin na.
Kuanan ko siya na paliguan ko siya. Pagyan ko siya ika. Na siya dala na sa kung ako din maaga ang car, motor. Wala ko ako mga magkita. Pero nung mauli ng mga tao na doon kami nagkasawa na din dito na Gerard. Ang akong anak, pwede mong patugbong kami nas babon ko. May Chris na pa, ay dali na mo tayo, mamauli na tam. Siguro kapilo o kaupat ko kapawag. Siguro mo siya na hindi. Kapagtuod, tanaw na ako si Rafael na may nabiling katindog. Ang gamay, nawa man. So, hindi ko asa din siya, Chris, nawa man. Tindog, kung nilang ito siya, matindog o balik. Nawa man siya, nasugod ko na sa emburnal. Nasugod sa emburnal. Ano ako yung kabibigay na wala, kabilagan ko kaya ako nabili na akong pinos. Pag-ano ko, siya dito sa Pilipinas dahil. Ang pag-fridge na ko, pero sa dito. Pag-ano ko, ang lang ang bato dahil. Ano siya ang bato niya. May anak ko siya dito sa lalim sa tubig. Ito rin po ang trade. Hindi ko ito ang pusok ang tubig. Wala, hindi ka ba lang ay bangat. Hindi, tadi mo yung simbonal. Ang ako niya ba na simbonal. Kung ay nakabara dito, dito siya mag-shop sa ganito. Saan mo ito kakita? Na-stuck siya dito. Masuko, kayo na kung mag-iagap o masuko.
Delikado pa dahil gusto?
Wala, hindi mo ka ba lang ay bangat tayo. Ano na dahil wala sa kakita? Eh, yung sa Amlanzo?
Amlanzo.
So how do you accept the Filipino food? I mean, it's really totally different with American style.
Before I answer that question,
Okay.
Mia, now tell them in English what you were talking about your son and what happened. Her son almost disappeared underwater. Tell them what happened.
My son is almost
Drowned.
drowned in the water. He's not already in the water, but he's still alive because he know how to swim, man. When I saw him, he crawl in the big rock. So
Okay.
you explain.
Let me try to help her out. Her son, Michael Chris, who's like 7 years old, he's a wanderer. You try to keep your eye on him, and he will wander. I saw him at one point, I said, come back, because he was just wandering with us. Nobody else was in. So we're getting ready to leave, and it just so happens that where we were at, it had like a concrete sidewalk that was submerged in water. Not very deep, maybe about an inch of water going over the top of it. Before that, it's like a little pond of still water where the water is kind of, still. But once it crosses over that sidewalk thing, the water becomes rushing, it becomes raging. It's sort of whiteboarding, it's like this. And so her son wandered over there, and while he was over there was a big hole. And I guess he fell into this hole, and he just disappeared. And so Mia's running, Michael Chris. And when she gets over there, she sees him holding on to a rock. Mama. So there was a very good chance that he could have been swept away in the raft of the raging water. But Mia was able to get him and pull him out. His side was all bruised from the rock, from holding on to the rock where he was injured at. I point that out just to show you how severe it was, what could have actually been turned into another tragedy. So that was our day. And believe you me, and we had Okini, and there were people in the water, but when we threw the ball for Okini to go get the ball, everybody went, boom! Everybody left. so we didn't let Okini play too much in the water. Plus the water was very strong for her. You see that she was struggling, and I didn't want her to drown. But that's the story. Okay, now Tata, you asked me a question about the food.
Yeah.
What about the food? How do I like it? Well, because I'm on a strict diet. This is like the first time I've eaten pork in how long?
3 months?
Okay. In a long time, because you know how pork goes with black people, right? So I don't eat pork. And Mia has a tendency of sneaking in salt in my food. Which I keep telling her, salt is another killer. There's no taste. But why can't you get your food and have a salt shaker and put salt on it like that? Why do you have to cook with it? But,
Me, it's really, I don't like having no salt. It's tasteless.
But you can put it on yourself. When you get your plate here, you put your salt on your food.
What's the difference when you cook
Yeah,
together?
but boil including the salt. I don't know.
So anyway, so I've been eating very simple. Mia oftentimes cooks for the kids and Angelica and herself. They eat a lot of fish, like this, like that. I'm not a big fish eater. And one of the reasons why I'm not a big fish eater is because when I was young, my grandmother used to go fishing. And we used to go with her in the morning to dig bait, get worms. So we get a can of worms and we would go fishing. So she would go fishing and we would catch all these fish, have a lot of fish. So we'd bring them back to the house and she would say, okay, clean the fish. I said, clean the fish? I said, I'm not cleaning no fish. She said, if you don't clean the fish, then you can't eat any. I said, well, you know what? I won't like fish. and it wasn't until 30 years later, Tata, that I started eating fish again. I would always eat tuna
Yeah,
fish.
because he's lazy. See how lazy he is? Admit it. You don't want to clean the fish. That's why they
when it comes to this kind of fish, the other kind of fish, I'm not so lazy. So I'm not a big fish eater. Every now and then I don't mind it if it's cooked right. But other than that, I try to say I buy steak now. So I try to eat more beef, so I have to watch my cholesterol, I have to watch my sugar, I have to watch, my blood pressure like that. So I try to eat more salad, and Mia's been good preparing it,
Sana all.
Saan ang kuwan ba? Kanang kani. Potato?
Cucumber.
Cucumber.
But I had the hardest time with her when I say, don't put
Potatoes. Salt. Mayonnaise.
Mustard.
Ginger.
Ginger, yeah.
So, I did not
ginger on salad.
No, not in
No.
salad. If I cook chicken, I put ginger.
Yeah, yeah.
So that the taste is...
Yeah, normally Filipino doing that.
No,
Yes, I
tinola. Pag tinola ba? Tinola. Chicken soup. Tinola.
Smells good also.
I don't like it.
Me too. I just don't like ginger. Yeah, pahok yan.
Oh, let's not get good kay ginger.
Tanggalin ka pag susunod. Lagi ito siya glasa na kaya lansa mo yung yung kumulay. Pero kasi ganan, ako bang, tawag itong face fresh cream. Fresh. Sabi mo yung
We have a tradition that we do here at this house.
kasi
You have your tissue? You have your tissue?
yeah, please.
We go to 3 pointers. See the garbage?
Okay.
I will go first.
Ay, kunya na. Si Arnold ka na sa taas. Saka lang. Bulungan na na sa taas.
Ay, boy. Okay, maybe I'm not good also. Yeah.
Charlie, you win 1,000, man. Hey, John.
Asa?
She put it? Well, no, here. Watch me. She gets it all the time. Oh, she gets it here. Hey, John, you're not getting your way. You're not getting away. You know the household rules. Okay, let's see. Oh, okay. Okay.
Now, Gerard, pick it up.
What?
No, pick it up.
And Jonathan. Okay, we want to thank you for joining us with this lunch. Let everybody say goodbye. Bye, Mia. Bye. Thank you for joining us, for watching Gerard, Black in the Philippines with the Truth. Don't forget to subscribe, ring the bell, and share. We'll talk to you later. Peace. Remember, I always love you more. Okay, what I got for you is that right now I'm relaxing at a river. We decided to come to the river. We were invited by a couple of friends of mine, Floyd, his wife Sylvia, and it wasn't without having an adventure. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about in a second. But when we parked and we started walking, we crossed the river at a place where the water was very strong. The current was very fast. And if it was any higher, I probably could have done whitewater rafting on it. So, and we're walking across, and of course, it's knocking us off our feet. My concern is my camera and my phone, because I got the bag in my phone. And there was a little girl who was walking across with us too. And next thing you know, her stuff was going, and she fell on her back, and she was heading downstream. And I know, so I grabbed her. So it's like the phone, I'm saying, here, take the bag, so I could hold her, because she was like crying because her stuff went. So it was a little kind of scary there. I felt that, I hit my knee on a rock. So it was really kind of very adventurous, to say the least. So, but right now I'm going to kind of show you the river. This is Floyd. Floyd, say hello, Floyd. Hey. This is wife Sylvia. Say hello, Sylvia. And that's little Floyd right there. And I want to show you, if you look over here, you can see where this is the little girl I was just telling you about. Alright, this is sis. Say hello, sis. And when the water goes over this little concrete here, it turns into like a whitewater raft. If you look upstream here, you kind of get an idea, because you see how it's coming down, and then it slows down here, and it shoots on out. Me and them went on the overhead bridge, which is, I guess, kind of exciting. But it was funny because once I put Okimi in the water, everybody bounced, everybody jetted out, because of Okimi. But I just want to just throw this little tidbit in here to let you know that this is what it's like being in the Philippines. These are little huts if you look, that you can rent. Like here, and you have like 150 pesos. You come, you can set up your food, and just kind of spend the day here and having a good time. Spaghetti, yeah.
With spaghetti.
Yeah. So anyway, so this is Gerard, Black in the Philippines with the truth. Just give me a little bit of what my day is like. Don't forget to subscribe, ring the bell, share, and like. I'll talk to you in a minute. Thank me on the camera. Peace. Okay, before I sign off, listen to this part. Oh man, listen. It's the only thing in this world I trust. Okay. Oh, well, listen to this. Okay. Thank you for watching. I'm going to I want to kind of give a background of Mia's plants. She has a little business selling plants. In fact, she sold the first one not too long ago. In fact, I'm making delivery on Saturday. I'm so happy and happy. You know, it's funny. I backed a number of ventures in the Philippines, often regarding Filipinas who want to start their own business. But that's a horse of a different story. Let me cut this to keep it short. Okay, so watch for my next video, because I want to go into that story about movies and all that stuff that I think would be, and also a little bit more about children, about living in the Filipino culture where the woman who you're involved with has children, and how you really got to get something straight. So you're really in for a good one there. Watch for that next. And remember, dreams are nothing more than plans awaiting action. Never disrespect elding, and always pull someone up. And sometimes you're the only one you see a video. And the best revenge in life is to live good. I'm living good, baby. I don't know about you. And remember, if you're lucky enough to have a woman like Ali Woodson formerly singing on Temptation, what's it? Treat her like a lady. And ladies, you're lucky to have a good man like me. Make me feel like a king. And I want to thank all of you who commented, because I'm doing my best to answer you all. I love your comments. Don't stop. Don't forget to subscribe, share, ring the bell. And you're watching Gerard, Black in the Philippines with the truth. I'll always love you more. And remember, I love you like a love song, baby. Peace.